Alright. So, hello po teachers. Isang mapagpalang gabi naman po sa inyong lahat. So, bago po tayo magsimula 'no, paki-tag po, paki-share ng ating live, paki-mention po ng inyong mga friends, ng inyong mga kakilala na nakukuha po 'no ng licensure examination for professional teachers this upcoming September. Again, paki-tag po 'no, paki-share ng ating live, and of course, paki-mention po ng ating mga kakilala na kukuha po ng licensure examination for professional teachers this upcoming September 2025. Okay, kamusta na po kayo, no? So at least handang-handa na po tayo, and of course, preparado na po tayo to ace the licensure examination for professional teachers this September. And of course, this time po, no, paki-comment naman po, no, paki-comment sa ating comment section, our complete name, our program or our major, and of course, yung ating school. Again, paki-comment po sa ating comment section, our complete name, yung program po natin, at saka yung ating major. And of course, do not forget to put our school. Okay po, sige nga po, paki-comment ng ating complete name, our program, at saka yung school po natin. Again, please do not forget to share our live for tonight, so at least marami po tayong matutulungan for our sa ating discussion tonight po, no? Okay, comment lang po kayo diyan, no, para ma-shoutout po natin yung mga nagko-comment. And of course, bago po ang lahat, no, I would like to introduce myself here. I am Coach Jeff Hermos Pascual, LPT. And of course, I am a licensed professional teacher. Naging high rater po tayo noong September 2024, licensure examination for professional teachers. I am also a LEP national lecturer. Nagtuturo po ako no, sa dalawang online review centers. So I think no, some of you here ay estudyante ko po online. And of course, I am also an NC2 holder. I'm also a graduate of BTVTED Electrical Technology from CAMSU or Carlos Hilado Memorial State University, Alihis campus. Okay, I also graduated with God's grace. I graduated as cum laude. I am a civil service undergraduate eligibility holder. And of course, right now po, no, nagtuturo po ako as one of the faculty members at Prestige Comprehensive School Incorporated. So handa ka na ba? Paki-comment nga po kung handa na po tayo, pakilapag sa ating comment section, handang-handa na. Again, kapag handa na po tayo, pakilapag po sa ating comment section, handang-handa na. Okay na dito po ba yung mga previous students ko? Lumabas po kayo diyan, no? Most especially po yung mga kasi nga po, 'di ba, nagkaroon po tayo ng revamp, no, sa TLE at saka yung sa BTV-TED po natin. So, medyo easy na po, no, sa mga BTL-Ed, most especially po yung mga may major chef katulad po ng yung mga ICT, yung AFA, okay, yung HE, separated po yung mga TOS ninyo. Alright, handa na ba? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section, handa na. Okay, sabi ni Ariel dito, handa na po sir, no? Sabi niya, handang-handa na. What about the others? Ano po ba yung, um, handa na po ba tayo? Bago po tayo magsimula, again, paki-comment po, handa na po. Handang-handa na. Okay, so it seems like handa na. So let's begin. Okay, wag na po nating patagalin. Let's begin our discussion for tonight. Let's have item number 1 here. Okay, number 1, pakilapag po ng ating item number with your correct choice. Again, please put your item number with your correct choice. Item number 1 here. What is used in guiding triangles when drawing vertical lines? Is it A, T-square, letter B, tri-square, letter C, ruler, already compass? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 1? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. What is the best option here for item number 1? Okay, item number 1 here, pakilapag po. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for this item? Okay, item number one here, pakilapag. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Okay. So the best option here, of course, for item number one, ano po yung gagamitin natin no, to guide our triangle? So that would be letter letter A, yan po yung ating T-square. Okay? Tandaan po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po nating T-square, ito po yung drafting tool natin. No? Again, tandaan po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po nating T-square, ito po yung klase ng drafting tool natin. No? Na kadalasan po, ginagamit natin yan to draw horizontal lines. And of course, ginagamit po natin yan to aid our triangles, no? To create vertical lines. Okay? Yan po yung ating T-square. Yung letter B po natin dito, teachers, tandaan po natin, pag sinabi po nating tri-square, again, pag sinabi po nating tri-square, ito po yung halimbawa ng woodworking tool po natin na kadalasan po no, ginagamit natin to check the right angles in our wood pieces. Again, to check the right angles in our wood pieces, yan po yung ating tri-square na tinatawag. Pag sinabi naman po nating ruler, tandaan po natin, teachers, ito po yung klase ng drafting tool no na ginagamit po natin to measure length, okay? To measure length, but of course, short distances lamang, okay? Up to 12 inches or that is equivalent to 1 foot, okay? That is our ruler. Pag sinabi po nating compass, tandaan po natin, teachers, ito naman po yung klase ng drafting tool po natin, no? Na design po siya for drawing arcs and circles. Again, tandaan po natin, teachers, kapag tinanong po kayo sa actual board examination kung ano po yung ibig sabihin ng compass, ito lamang po yung ating drafting tool na ginagamit po natin to create arcs and circles. Okay, yan po yung ating compass. But then we're talking about here the type of tool na gagamitin po natin no, to guide our triangles when drawing vertical lines. Of course, wala na pong iba. Yan po yung ating letter A. Again, letter A. Letter A po yung tumpak na choice for item number one. We go to item number two here. A pure white and creamy cheese with a mild but distinctive flavor. Is it A, blue cheese? Letter B, mozzarella. Letter C, parmesan. O letter D, Italian cheese. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number two? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, item number two here. What is the best option here? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, what is the best option here for item number two? Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number two? Pure white and creamy cheese with a mild but distinctive flavor. Is it A, blue cheese? Letter B, mozzarella. Letter C, parmesan. O letter D, Italian cheese? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number two? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Of course, the best option here would be item number two. The best option here would be mozzarella. Okay, tandaan po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po nating mozzarella o yung mozzarella natin, okay, kadalasan po yan po yung pagbasa nila, no? Pag sinabi po nating mozzarella, ito po yung pure white to again, tandaan. Pag sinabi nating mozzarella, ito po yung pure white to creamy white cheese. 'Di ba kilalang kilala po siya no for its mild but distinctive flavor. 'Di ba commonly ginagamit po natin siya in our Italian dishes. Again, ginagamit po siya in our Italian dishes katulad po ng ating mga pizza and even po no sa ating lasagna. Okay, yan po yung ating mozzarella. Yung letter A natin dito, yung blue cheese, tandaan po natin, teachers, ito lamang po yung klase ng cheese no that it has. Again, it has sharp, tangy flavor, di ba? And of course, it consists of blue or green mold veins. Okay, yan po yung ating blue cheese. Di ba? Kadalasan nga po, medyo nababahuan po yung iba, no? Kapag nakita po nila or naka-encounter po sila ng blue cheese. Yung letter C natin dito, yung parmesan, tandaan po natin, teachers, ito lamang po yung hard, no? Again, hard, aged cheese with a strong salty taste. Okay, yan po yung ating parmesan. And of course, pale yellow po yung kulay ng ating parmesan cheese. Yung letter D natin dito, yung Italian cheese, tandaan po natin, teachers, ito naman po yung napaka-general po, no? Again, napaka-general term po siya. And of course, that pag sinabi po nating mozzarella, yan po yung specific type of Italian cheese na pinag-uusapan po natin mismo. Yan po yung pure white and creamy cheese with a mild but distinctive flavor. Okay, mozzarella. Letter B po yung tumpak na choice for item number two. We go to item number three here. Which of the following best describes elbow macaroni? Is it A, long, round strands? Letter B, thin, long, round strands. Letter C, short, curved, narrow cheese? tubes o letter D, corkscrew-shaped twist? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 3? Pakilapag po. Okay, number 3 here, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, which of the following best describes elbow macaroni? Ano po yan? Is it A, long round strands? Letter B, thin long round strands? Letter C, short curved narrow tubes? O letter D, corkscrew shaped twist? Ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see letter C here. Tumpak po ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo for item number 3? Okay, number 3 here, we're talking about elbow macaroni. So ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see letter C. Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Pag sinabi po nating elbow macaroni, ito po yung type of pasta natin. Again, klase po siya ng ating pasta that is shaped like short, di ba? Maliit lamang, di ba? Short, curved tubes, and of course, commonly ginagamit po natin siya in our dishes, no? Katulad po ng ating mga macaroni, and even po, no, sa ating cheese and pasta salads. Kasi nga po, it has hollow, di po ba? Hollow curve shape. And of course, kayang-kaya po niyang i-hold yung mga sauce, okay? And of course, that adds texture to meals, okay? Yan po yung ating elbow macaroni. Kaya letter C po yung tumpak na choice. Short, curved, narrow tubes po yan, okay? Letter C, yan po yung tumpak na choice for item number 3. We go to item number 4 here. In SWOT analysis, which one refers to the internal attributes that show the strong points or good characteristics of the business? Is it A, strengths, letter B, weaknesses, letter C, opportunities, o letter D, threats? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 4? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, item number 4 here in SWOT analysis, which one refers to the internal attributes that show the strong points, no, or good characteristics of the business? Is it A, strengths, letter B, weaknesses, letter C, opportunities, or letter D, threats? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 4? I see letter A here. Tumpak po ba yung letter A natin? Strengths po ba yan? What about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo for item number 4? Okay, item number 4 here, I see strengths. Okay, letter A. Tumpak mo ba yung letter A natin? Okay, tumpak mo ba yung letter A natin? Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Pag sinabi po nating strengths, tandaan po natin, it refers to the internal, no? Again, it refers to the internal attributes or yung capabilities ng ating business mismo, no? That give a competitive advantage or benefit. Okay, ano po yung benefit ng iyong business? Ano po yung advantage ng iyong business among your competitors? Okay, yan po yung ating strengths. Pag sinabi po nating weaknesses, tandaan po natin teachers, ito lamang po yung internal factors, no? Again, mako-consider din po natin siya as internal factor. But of course, it highlight areas, no, kung saan po yung ating business needs improvement. Okay, ano po yung mga areas na kailangan pa po nating i-improve? Yan po yung ating weaknesses mismo. Yung letter O natin or yung opportunities, tandaan po natin teachers, ito naman po ay it can be classified as external. Again, it can be classified as external conditions of the business. And of course, it can exploit not its advantage such as market trends or new technologies. Again, market trends or technologies, yan naman po yung ating opportunities mismo. Yung letter D natin dito, yung threats, tandaan po natin teachers, mako-consider din po natin siya, no, as external factor, and of course, that could harm the business. Okay, ano po yung makakapag-hinder ng business nyo in achieving the success? Okay, yan po yung ating threats mismo. But of course, we're talking about here which one or yung tinutukoy po natin yung internal attributes mismo, and of course that show the strong points, no, or good characteristics ng iyong business. Yan po yung ating strengths mismo. Okay, letter A, yan po yung tumpak na choice for item number 4. We go to item number 5 here. Which characteristic of a good entrepreneur is demonstrated when a person believes in themselves and their ability to accomplish tasks? Is it A, hardworking, letter B, confidence, letter C, commitment, or letter D, adaptability? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 5? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 5? Okay, number 5, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Characteristic, no, ng ating good entrepreneur, and of course demonstrated um, When a person believes in themselves, okay, naniniwala ka po sa iyong kakayahan, no? And of course, your ability to accomplish tasks. Is it A, hardworking? Letter B, confidence. Letter C, commitment. O letter D, adaptability. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 5? Pakilapag po. Okay, I see letter B here. Tumpak po ba yung letter B natin? Sige, lapag lang po, no? Pakilapag po ng inyong mga choices sa ating comment section. Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see a lot of letter B here. Tumpak po ba yung letter B natin? Okay, letter B. Tumpak po ba yung letter B natin? What about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo? I see a lot of letter A as well. Letter A, tumpak ba yung letter A natin? Hardworking. But then we're talking about here, yung characteristic mismo ng ating good entrepreneur, no? Kung saan demonstrated when a person believes in themselves, naniniwala ka po sa iyong kakayahan mismo. Ano po yan? Is it A, hardworking? Letter B, confidence? Letter C, commitment? O letter D, adaptability? Ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see letter B. May ilang sumasagot ng letter A, may ilan din sumasagot ng letter C. But then we're talking about here, your ability to believing in yourself. Of course, yan po yung ating letter B, okay? Yan po yung ating confidence. Tandaan po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po natin confidence, it reflects, no? It reflects a strong belief in one's own abilities and decisions. Di ba? Naniniwala ka po, no? Sa iyong mga decisions mismo, sa iyong abilidad, di ba? To accomplish certain tasks. Yan po yung ating confidence mismo. Pag sinabi po nating hardworking, tandaan lamang po natin, teachers, it focuses on effort, no, and diligence. Again, effort and diligence, yan po yung ating hardworking. Yung letter C natin dito, yung commitment, tandaan po natin, teachers, ito naman po yung dedication mo, di ba? Dedication and persistence toward achieving goals. Yan po yung ating commitment. Yung letter D natin dito, yung adaptability, tandaan po natin, teachers, of course, this is, nagde-describe po siya ng ating abilidad, no? To adjust to changes in new situations. Again, kayang-kaya mong mag-adapt, no, to certain conditions. Yan po yung ating adaptability. But we're talking about here kung saan po, no, dinidemonstrate po natin yung paniniwala sa ating sarili mismo to achieve or accomplish certain task rather, yan po yung ating letter B, confidence. Okay? Letter B po yung tumpak na choice for item number 5. We go to item number 6 here, a listing of food items that a food service business offers to its customers to choose from. Is that A, menu, letter B, receipt, letter C, stab, or letter D, review form? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 6? Pakilapag po. Okay, number 6 here. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? What about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo for item number 6? Okay, listing of food items. Ano po yan? I see letter A here. Menu or menu. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 6? I see a lot of letter A here. Tumpak po ba yung letter A natin? Okay, letter A. Most of you answered letter A. Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Pag sinabi po nating menu, tandaan po natin, teachers, ito po yung list, no, or listahan po mismo or display ng ating mga food and beverage items, 'di ba? Kadalasan po, ino-offer mismo ng ating mga restaurants or food service business, 'di ba? From which customers can choose what to order. Okay, yan po yung mga listahan mismo. Ito po mismo, no, yung naka-flash sa inyong screen. Yan po yung halimbawa ng ating menu mismo. Yung letter B natin dito, yung receipt. Of course, ito lamang po yung printed record, no? Again, printed record of payment given to the customer after ordering or purchasing. Yung resibo mismo, yan po yung ating receipt. Yung letter C, of course, hindi po ito related, no, sa ating food service, kaya X po yung ating stub. Obviously, yung stub po, distractor lamang po yan. Yung letter D natin dito, yung review form, tandaan po natin, teachers, ito naman po yung ginagamit natin, no, to using in our customer feedback, 'di ba? Kung gusto po ninyong malaman yung mga feedback ng inyong customers, you give them your review form. Okay? Yan po yung ating letter D. But then we're talking about here the list of food items, okay? Yung mga beverage po natin, yan po yung ating letter A, menu po yan. Again, letter A, yan po yung tumpak na choice for item number 6. We go to item number 7 here. Who is responsible for overall smooth functioning of the food production areas? Is it A, head chef? Letter B, sauce chef? Letter C, pantry chef o letter D, executive chef? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 7? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. What is the best option here for item number 7? Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, I see letter D here. Letter D, tumpak po ba yung letter D natin, executive chef? Okay, letter D. Okay, letter D daw. Tumpak po ba yung letter D natin? Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Pag sinabi po natin executive chef, tandaan po natin teachers, sila po yung in charge mismo, no? Again, sila po ay in charge of the entire kitchen operation, di po ba? And of course, sila po ay responsable, no, for supervising all kitchen staff, yung pagmamanage po ng mga food production, di ba? And of course, ensuring food quality, okay? Yan po yung purpose mismo or yung function mismo ng ating executive chef, di ba? They are sitting on top. Yung pinakamataas na position, yan po yung ating executive chef. Yung letter A natin dito, yung head chef, tandaan po natin teachers, sila lamang po yung in charge no ng mga specific department katulad po ng ating mga formal dining room, yung mga casual dining room, and even po yung ating mga catering department. Okay? Yan po yung ating head chef. Yung letter B natin dito, yung sauce chef, tandaan po natin teacher, sila lamang po yung specifically, no, responsable po sila or responsible for making sauces, di ba? Or sometimes, yung mga sauteed foods po natin, and of course, hindi po sila yung nag-o-oversee ng ating entire kitchen. Kaya ekas po yung ating sauce chef. Yung letter D natin dito, yung pantry chef, yung letter C rather, yung letter C, yung pantry chef, dahil po natin teacher, sila naman po yung nagha-handle, no? Again, nagha-handle po sila ng mga cold dishes. Katulad po ng ating mga salads, yung ating mga dressings, and even po yung ating mga cold appetizers. Okay, yan po yung ating pantry chef. But then we're talking about here yung responsable, no? Responsable or responsible for the overall smooth functioning of the food production areas. Yan po yung ating executive. Again, executive chef po yung tumpak na choice for item number 7. We go to item number 8 here. Which type of hazard does a wet and slippery floor fall under? Is A, chemical, letter B, biological, letter C, physical, or letter D, environmental? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 8? Again, which type of hazard does a wet and slippery floor fall under? Is it A, chemical, letter B, biological, letter C, physical, or letter D, environmental? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 8? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. What is the best option here? Okay, I see letter C. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin physical? What about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo for this item? I see letter C, letter C. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? Okay, may ilan ding sumasagot ng letter D. Tumpak po ba yan? Okay, letter D. Okay, may ilan ding sumasagot ng letter C, physical. Sino po yung mananalo dito, no? So, tingnan po natin. Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see a lot of letter C here, but others answered letter D. So, but then we're talking about here, yung wet, no, and slippery floor. Saan po sila nabibilang? Sila po ay kabilang sa tinatawag natin na physical. Again, physical, kasi nga po, pag sinabi po nating wet and slippery floor, they are considered, no, as a physical hazard because nagpe-present po sila ng tangible risk, di ba? Nakikita po natin. And of course, katulad po ng mga slips natin, 'di ba? Most likely magsi-slip po kayo, trip no, and even falls. Okay? Yan po yung mangyayari kapag na-encounter po ninyo, no, yung wet and slippery floor. Yung letter A natin dito, yung chemical, tandaan po natin teachers, ito lamang po yung dangers, no, dangers from exposure to harmful chemicals, katulad po ng ating mga acids, yung ating mga solvents, and even po yung ating mga fumes, di ba? May presence po ng mga chemical agents. Yan po yung ating chemical hazard. Yung letter B natin dito, yung biological, tandaan po natin teachers, ito naman po yung nag-i-involve ng risk, no? Katulad po ng ating mga viruses, di ba? Yung ating mga bacteria, and even po yung ating mga fungi. Okay? Yan po yung ating biological or biological hazard. Yung letter D natin dito, yung environmental, typically po, no, nagre-refer naman po sila sa ating mga natural, again, natural or weather-related hazards, di ba, sa ating environment mismo. Yan po yung ating environmental hazard. But then we're talking about here, kung saan nabibilang po yung wet and slippery floors, sa physical hazard po yan. Again, physical. Letter C po yung tumpak na choice for item number 8. We go to item number 9 here. In 5S principle, what does or what do you mean by the term seso? Is that A, to declutter, letter B, to organize, letter C, to clean, o letter D, to sustain? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 9? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, number 9 here, ano po yung tumpak na choice? In 5S principle, no, what do you mean by the term seso? Is it A, to declutter, letter B, to organize, letter C, to clean, or letter D, to sustain? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 9? I see letter D here. Letter D. May ilan din sumasagot ng letter C. Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Okay, sige po, lapag lang po sa ating comment section. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 9? Okay, I see letter C. Okay, letter C. Tumpak po ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo for this item? Okay, I see a lot of letter C here. Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Letter C, to clean, 'di ba? Pag sinabi po nating seso, yan po yung ating letter C mismo. It means yung ibig sabihin po niyan is to clean, no? To clean the workplace. Tandaan po, pag sinabi po nating seso, ito po yung practice, no? Practice of cleaning the workplace thoroughly to ensure po yung ating to ensure our workplace na free po sila sa dirt, to dust, and even po sa mga clutter. Okay, yan po yung ating ibig sabihin ng seso mismo. Yung letter A natin dito, to declutter, tandaan po natin, of course, this corresponds po, no, sa tinatawag po natin na seri. Okay, yung sort po natin mismo. Yung letter B natin dito, to organize, tandaan po natin, of course, ito naman po yung ibig sabihin niyan is siton. Okay, siton po, it means to organize. Yung letter D natin dito, to sustain, tandaan naman po natin, of course, this refers to Shitsuki, no? Which involves maintaining discipline and continuously following the 5S principles. Diba? You're making the 4S as your habit. Okay, yan po yung ating sustain. But then we're talking about here yung sa ating 5S principle, ano po yung ibig sabihin ng seso? Yan po yung ating letter C, okay? It means to clean the workplace. Yan po yung ating tumpak na choice for item number 9. We go to item number 10 here. Which fish is considered the most widely cultured in the Philippines in terms of area and production, earning the title of the national fish? Is that A, tilapia, letter B, bangus, letter C, carpa, o letter D, stonefish? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 10? Okay, item number 10, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, number 10, I see letter B, bangus. Tumpak po ba yung bangus natin? Okay, what about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo for item number 10? Okay, I see a lot of letter B here. Tumpak mo ba yung letter B natin? So, dapat ngayon pa lang po, dapat puspusan na po talaga yung ating pag-aaral, no? And of course, yung ating preparation, kasi nga po, ilang weeks na lang, licensure examination na po ninyo. Okay, I see a lot of letter B here. Tumpak po ba yung letter B natin? Bangus. Tumpak po ba yan? Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Pag sinabi po nating bangus, it is also known as yung tinatawag natin na milkfish mismo, no? And of course, ito po yung kinoconsider natin as our national fish, di po ba? And of course, ito po yung most widely cultured species in the country in terms po sa area and production, di ba? Yung bangus farming po natin is commonly po makikita po natin sa ating freshwater and even po, no, sa ating mga saltwater systems. And of course, sila po ay makukonsider as major contributor po sa ating aquaculture industry. Okay, yan po yung ating bangus or bangus farming. Yung tilapia po natin, teachers, of course, tandaan po natin, widely po, no, fina-farm din po natin yung ating tilapia, but then nagpapalo lamang po siya sa ating bangus, okay? And of course, yung tilapia po natin, hindi naman po ito yung national fish natin, kaya ekes po yung ating tilapia. Yung larasin natin dito, yung karpa o yung carp natin in English, of course, ito po ay less commonly cultured, di ba, compared po sa ating bangus ang tilapia, kaya ekes po yung ating carp. Yung lardi, yung stonefish, okay, hindi naman po ito nakakain, no? Kasi nga po, yung stonefish natin, ito po ay venomous, di po ba? Venomous marine species. And of course, hindi po siya kinukulture, no? Compare po sa ating bangus and tilapia. Kaya ekes po yung ating stonefish. But then we're talking about here the major, okay, yung widely kinukulture po natin. And of course, it gained the title as the national fish of the Philippines. Yan po yung ating letter B, bangus po yan. Again, letter B, yan po yung tumpak na choice for item number 10. We go to item number 11. What term refers to the careful planning, management, and protection of fish populations and their habitats to prevent exploitation and ensure sustainability? Is it A, fish conservation? Letter B, fish propagation? Letter C, fish capture? Or letter D, fish cultivation? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 11? Again, item number 11, what term refers to the careful planning, management, and protection of fish, no? Fish populations and their habitats to prevent exploitation and, of course, to ensure sustainability? Is it A, fish conservation? Letter B, fish propagation? Letter C, fish capture? Or letter D, fish cultivation? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 11? Okay, I see letter A here. Tumpak mo ba yung letter A natin? Okay, letter A. Tumpak mo ba yung fish conservation? What about the others? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 11? Okay, dapat ngayon pa lang po, no? Puspusan po yung ating preparation and of course, yung pagre-review po natin for our upcoming licensure examination for professional teachers. Okay, pakitag po, no? Pakishare ng ating video para mas marami po tayong matutulungan. Okay, item number 11 here, ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see a lot of letter A here. Tumpak po ba yung letter A natin? Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Pag sinabi po nating letter A, yung ating fish conservation mismo, ito po yung practice, no? Practice of planning, di ba? Yung pagmamanage po ng ating fish, no? And of course, protecting our fish populations and of course, yung kanilang natural habitats, no? Para may ma-ensure po natin that they are not overexploited. Okay? Yan po yung purpose mismo ng ating fish conservation. Yung letter B natin dito, yung fish propagation, tandaan po natin teachers, it refers, no? It refers to the breeding, di ba? Or artificial reproduction po ng ating fish mismo. Okay? Yung pagpaparami mismo, yan po yung ating fish propagation. Yung larasin natin dito, yung fish capture, tandaan po natin, of course, catching fish, no? Yung ano po yung mga method na gagawin natin in order for us to catch a fish. Yan po yung ating fish capture. Yung laro din natin dito, yung fish cultivation, tandaan po natin teachers, it is also known, no, yung tinatawag natin na aquaculture mismo, okay? And of course, nagpo-focus po siya, no, on farming of fish, di ba? But doesn't encompass protection and sustainability. Kaya ekes po yung ating fish cultivation. But then we're talking about here the careful planning, the management, and protection of fish populations. And of course, yan po yung ating letter A, fish conservation po yan. Again, letter A, yan po yung tumpak na choice for number 11. We go to item number 12 here. Which method is used to preserve meat by applying salt? Okay, may presence po ng salt, no? Or asin. Is it A, smoking? Letter B, dehydration. Letter C, curing. O letter D, jam. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 12? Pakilapag po. Okay, item number 12 here, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, ano po yung klase ng method na yung gagamitin natin to preserve meat, no? And of course, ina-applyan po natin ng asin or salt. Is that A, smoking? Letter B, dehydration? Letter C, curing? O letter D, jam? Okay, basic na po ito, no? Sisiw na sisiw para sa ating mga FSM majors. Okay, I see letter C here. Tumpak po ba yung letter C natin? Curing? Tumpak po ba yung curing natin? Okay, what about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo? I see a lot of letter C. Tumpak po ba yung letter C natin? Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Pag sinabi po natin curing, tandaan po natin teachers, ito po yung klase ng method natin. Again, pag sinabi natin curing, ito po yung klase ng method natin of preserving meat, no? Pinipreserve po natin yung mga meat natin by applying salt, 'di ba? Gumagamit po tayo ng asin in order for us to preserve our meat, 'di ba? Sometimes po nilalagyan po natin or may combination po siya ng ating sugar, 'di ba? Ng ating asukal, ng ating nitrates, and even po ng ating mga other seasonings. Okay? Yan po yung ating curing. Yung letter A natin dito, yung smoking, tandaan po natin teachers, of course, ito po yung nag-i-involve, no, na in-expose po natin yung ating karne o yung meat natin sa smoke, no, from burning wood, di ba, for flavor and some preservation. Okay? Yan po yung ating smoking. Yung letter B natin dito, yung dehydration, of course, ito naman po yung klase ng proseso, no, or method kung saan po na nire-remove po natin yung moisture mismo. Okay? Nire-remove po natin yung moisture sa ating mga meats. Yan po yung ating dehydration. Yung letter D natin dito, yung jam, tandaan po natin teachers, ito naman po yung preserved, no, preserved fruit product. Okay? Yan po yung ating jam. But then we're talking about here the method na gagamitin natin to preserve our meat using our salt. Yan po yung ating letter C, curing po yan. Again, letter C, yan po yung tumpak na choice for item number 12. We go to item number 13, a multifunctional shears that can cut all ingredients needed in food processing. Is that A, all-purpose, letter B, boning, letter C, poultry, or letter D, pairing? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 13? Again, item number 13 here ay multifunctional shears. No? Multifunctional po siya that can cut all ingredients, diba, needed in our food processing. Is it A, all-purpose? Letter B, boning. Letter C, poultry. O letter D, pairing. Ano po yung klaseng knife ito? Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 13? Okay, ay multifunctional shears. Ano po yan? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, item number 13. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Okay, sige po, lapag lang. Okay, 13. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Of course, yan po ay kapag multifunctional. I see letter A here. Tumpak po ba yung letter A natin? What about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo? No? Item number 13, multifunctional. Kapag nakita po ninyo yung multifunctional, wala na pong ibang isasagot, yan po yung ating letter A mismo. Okay? Yan po yung ating all-purpose. Tandaan po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po nating all-purpose shears, yan po yung napaka-versatile po nila, no? Again, napaka-versatile na kitchen scissors na kumbaga sila po ay designed, no, to cut a wide range of ingredients katulad po ng ating mga herbs, 'di ba? Yung ating meat, yung packaging, and even po yung mga bones in food processing. Di ba? Multifunctional, no? Kahit saan, pwedeng-pwede po natin gamitin yung ating all-purpose shears. Yung letter B natin dito, yung boning shear, tandaan po natin, of course, or yung boning knife natin mismo, no? Ito naman po yung gagamitin natin for separating the meat from bones. Again, yung klase ng knife na gagamitin natin to separate the meat from the bones, yan po yung ating boning knife. Yung letter C natin dito, yung poultry, tandaan po natin, sila po ay designed, no? Again, tandaan po natin, sila po ay designed for cutting through poultry bones and joints. Again, for poultry. Yan po yung ating poultry knife or poultry shear. Yung letter D natin dito, yung paring knife or yung paring shear po natin, tandaan po natin, of course, ito po yung small, no? Maliit lamang po siya. And of course, precise knife na kadalasan po ginagamit po natin for peeling or intricate cutting. Okay, yan po yung ating paring knife. But then we're talking about here yung multifunctional shears po natin na nagagamitin po natin, no, kahit saan. Yan po yung ating all-purpose. Again, all-purpose shear po yung tumpak na choice for item number 13. We go to item number 14, beans, peas, and lentils, which are often used as protein source, belong to which group? Is that A, leafy vegetables, letter B, root vegetables, letter C, cruciferous, or letter D, legumes? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 14? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, item number 14, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Okay, yung beans, yung peas and lentils. Saan po sila nabibilang? Is that A, leafy vegetables, letter B, root vegetables, letter C, cruciferous, or letter D, legumes? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 14? I see letter C here. Tumpak po ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo for this item? Okay, I see letter D as well. Okay, letter D, letter D. Tumpak po ba yung letter D natin? Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Pag sinabi po nating legumes, tandaan po nating teachers, sila po yung category of plants natin, no? Again, category of plants na nagpo-produce po ng pods, no? And of course, with seeds inside, katulad po ng ating mga beans, yung ating mga peas, yung ating mga lentils, okay? And of course, sila po ay nutrient-dense food group, no? Now, of course, sila po ay rich in our plant-based protein. Okay, yan po yung ating legumes mismo. Yung letter A natin dito, yung leafy vegetables, tandaan po natin, of course, sila naman po yung klase ng group natin, no, na nag-i-involve po ng vegetables katulad po ng ating mga spinach at saka yung kale po natin, di ba? Napaka-leafy po nila. Yan po yung ating leafy vegetables. Yung letter B natin dito, yung root vegetables, tandaan po natin teacher, sila naman po yung klase ng plants natin, no? Again, klase po sila ng ating plants grown for their edible underground parts, no? Katulad po ng ating mga carrots, yung mga taro po natin, no? Makukonsider din po sila as root crops or root vegetables. Yung letter C natin dito, yung leferous, tandaan po natin teacher, sila naman po yung klase ng mga vegetables natin in the cabbage family, okay? Yung mga halimbawa po natin dito, yung mga broccoli po natin, and even po yung ating mga cauliflower. Okay? Yan po yung ating mga cruciferous. But then we're talking about here kung saan po nabibilang yung mga beans po natin and lentils. Yan po yung ating legumes. Okay? Letter D, yan po yung tumpak na choice for item number 14. We go to item number 15. These are fruits that are rich in vitamin C, such as oranges, lemons, limes, and grapefruit. Is it A, stone? Letter B, citrus. Letter C, berries. O letter D, tropical? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 15? Okay, item number 15. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay? Magsagot-sagot po tayo no, sa ating comment section kasi nga po, the more we engage, the more we participate, the better the learning. Okay? Mas marami po tayong mariretain kapag nagpa-participate po tayo. I see letter B. Tumpak po ba yung letter B natin? Citrus fruits po ba yan? Okay, ano po yung klase ng mga fruits natin that are rich in vitamin C, no? Katulad po ng ating mga oranges, yung ating mga lemons, yung limes po natin, and even po yung ating mga grapefruit. Ano po yan? Is that A, stone? Letter B, citrus? Letter C, berries? O letter D, tropical? Ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see letter C. May ilan din sumasagot ng, or most of you answered letter B. May ilang sumasagot ng letter C. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 15? Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Okay, may hahabol pa ba? I see letter C here as well. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Of course, yan po yung ating letter B, okay? Yan po yung ating citrus mismo, no? Tandaan po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po natin yung mga citrus fruits natin mismo, sila po yung group of fruits natin, no? Known for their juicy segments, di ba? And high vitamin C content. Yung mga halimbawa po nito, yung ating mga oranges, yung ating mga lemons, yung limes po natin, and even po yung ating mga grapefruit, no? Yan po yung halimbawa ng ating mga citrus fruits mismo, di ba? Rich in vitamin C. Yung letter A natin dito, yung stone, ito naman po yung klase ng mga fruits po natin that contains, no, nagko-contain po sila ng single large seed, no, or yung tinatawag natin, 'di ba, kadalasan tinatawag nila as stone, no? Inside katulad po ng mga peaches natin, yung mga cherries and even po yung mga plums natin. Okay, yan po yung ating mga stone fruits. Makikita po natin yung big seed, no? May seeds po sila sa gitna. Yan po yung ating stone fruits. Yung letter C natin dito, yung berries, tandaan po natin teachers, while some berries po, no, katulad po ng ating mga strawberries, di ba, rich po sila sa vitamin C, no, but they are not classified as citrus fruits. Kaya ekes po yung ating berries. Yung letter D natin dito, yung tropical, of course, ito naman po yung broader category, di ba, katulad po na, this includes po yung mga fruits natin, katulad po ng ating mga mangoes and even po yung ating mga pineapples and bananas. Okay, yan po yung ating mga tropical fruits. But then we're talking about here yung klase ng fruits natin that are rich in vitamin C, katulad po ng ating mga oranges. Yan po yung ating letter B, citrus fruits po yan. Again, citrus, yan po yung tumpak na choice for item number 15. Okay, we go to item number 16. Okay, sabi ni Sir Reco dito, no? Thanks, Sir Jeff. LPT na kami buong barkada. Okay, congratulations po, sir. We go to item number 16. Which component absorbs road impact and helps provide a smooth ride? Is it A, chassis? Letter B, suspension. Letter C, exhaust. O letter D, frame? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 16? Again, which component absorbs road impact and helps provide a smooth ride? Is it A, chassis? Letter B, suspension. Letter C, exhaust. O letter D, frame? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 16? Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 16? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see letter B. Tumpak po ba yung letter B natin? Suspension. Di ba kayang-kaya po niyang i-absorb yung road impact, no? So it means kapag kayo po ay nasa loob ng vehicle while traveling, eh medyo hindi po kayo makakapag-feel ng bumpy road, no? Yan po yung purpose ng ating tinatawag na ano po yung tumpak na choice? Of course, I see a lot of letter B here. Tumpak po ba yung letter B natin? Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Yan po yung mismo yung ating suspension, di ba? Kasi nga po, pag sinabi po nating suspension system, ito po yung key automotive component po natin, no? Na sila po ay designed to absorb road shock, di ba? And of course, damping vibrations from uneven surfaces. Okay, yan po yung ating suspension. Parang hindi mo ma-feel po yung pagka-bumpy ng road, no? Yan po yung purpose mismo ng ating suspension. Yung letter A natin dito, yung chassis. Of course, ito lamang po yung vehicle's base frame, no? Again, yung base frame mismo ng ating vehicle, yan po yung ating chassis. Yung letter C natin dito, yung exhaust, tandaan po natin teachers, ito naman po yung nagcha-channel, no? Nag-channels away harmful gases. Yan po yung ating exhaust. Yung letter D natin dito, yung frame, tandaan po natin teachers, ito naman po yung nagpo-provide ng structure. Again, nagpo-provide po ng structural support for the vehicle. Okay? But then we're talking about here yung klase ng component na nag-absorb po ng road impact. Yan po yung ating suspension. Again, letter B, suspension system po yung tumpak na choice for item number 16. We go to item number 17. Which one charges the battery which powers the vehicle's electrical system when the engine is running? Is it A, alternator? Letter B, starter? Letter C, ignition? O letter D, battery? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 17? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. For item number 17, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Which one charges the battery which powers the vehicle's electrical system when the engine is running? Is it A, alternator? Letter B, starter? Letter C, ignition? O letter D, battery? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for this item? Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 17? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. What is the best option here? I see letter A, alternator. Okay, tumpak po ba yung letter A natin? Okay, letter A, letter A. Tumpak ba yung letter A natin? I see a lot of letter A here. Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Pag sinabi po nating teachers, pag sinabi po nating alternator, ito po yung key component mismo ng ating vehicles, no? Vehicles charging system. 'Di ba? Yung primary function po niya is makapag-generate po ng electrical power, 'di ba, while the engine is running. And of course, para makapag-recharge po ng ating battery mismo. Okay, yan po yung ating alternator. Yung starter po natin, yung purpose po lamang po niya is gumagamit po siya mismo ng ating power from the battery, no, to crank the engine. Okay, yan po yung ating starter. Yung letter C natin dito, yung ignition, tandaan po natin, of course, ito po yung nag-i-initiate mismo, no? Again, nag-i-initiate po ng combustion. Yung letter D natin dito, yung battery, of course, ito naman po yung nag-store mismo, no? Nag-store and of course, nagsusupply po ng power. Okay, yan po yung ating battery. But then we're talking about here, charges the battery. Yan po yung ating alternator. Again, alternator po yung tumpak na choice for item number 17. We go to item number 18. It is often used for beams and columns to form the skeletal structure of buildings and bridges, as well as concrete reinforcement to increase tensile strength. Is it A, cement? Letter B, sand? Letter C, steel? O letter D, gravel? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 18? Okay, number 18, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. What is the best option here? Okay, often useful, no? Ginagamit po natin sa ating mga beams, sa ating mga columns to form the skeletal structure. And of course, nagbibigay po siya, no? Or it makes our concrete nagkakaroon po ng tensile strength, hindi po ba? Nag-increase po ng tensile strength. Ano po yan? Is it A, A, cement. Letter B, sand. Letter C, steel. Or letter D, gravel. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? I see letter C here. Tumpak po ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo? Okay, I see a lot of letter C. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? I see a lot of letter C. Steel. Tumpak ba yung steel natin? Of course, yan po ay tumpak. No? Pag sinabi po natin steel, tandaan po natin teachers, ito po yung strong, no? Napaka-tibay po nito, di ba? Napaka-durable metal. Commonly ginagamit po natin in our construction, no? For reinforcing concrete. And of course, para magkapag-create po tayo ng skeletal framework po ng ating mga structures, katulad po ng ating mga beams, yung ating mga columns, and even po yung ating mga bridges. Okay, yan po yung ating steel. Diba tinatawag din po siyang reinforcement bars o yung rebars natin mismo. Okay, yan po yung ating steel. Yung letter A natin dito, yung cement, tandaan po natin teachers, ito lamang po yung binder, no? Again, binder po siya na ginagamit po natin to hold construction materials together, diba? In our concrete and even po yung sa ating mortar. Okay, yan po yung ating cement. Yung letter B natin dito, yung sand, of course, it can be classified as fine aggregate. Again, kapag tinanong po kayo kung ano po yung halimbawa ng fine aggregate, yan po yung ating sand. Yung letter D natin dito, yung gravel, they are classified as coarse aggregate naman po, no? Again, pag sinabi po natin gravel, sila naman po ay classified as coarse aggregate, and of course, nagbibigay din po sila ng strength and volume to our concrete. Yan po yung ating gravel. But then we're talking about here, nagbibigay po ng skeletal structure, and of course, that increases the tensile strength of our concrete. Yan po yung ating letter C. Steel po yan. Again, steel or yung reinforcement bars po natin mismo. Okay? Sana nakuha po? That's item number 18. Letter C po yung tumpak na choice for item number 18. Okay? Good evening po, sir. Watching from Hulu Sulu. Okay? Welcome po sa ating Facebook Live. We go to item number 19. What is the board foot? Measurement of a wood measuring 2 inches thick, 10 inches wide, and 8 feet long. Is it A, 10 board feet? Letter B, 13.33 board feet. Letter C, 16.67 board feet. O letter D, 20 board feet. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 19? Again, what is the board foot measurement of a wood measuring 2 inches thick, 10 inches wide, and 8 feet long? Is that A, 10 board feet? Letter B, 13.33 board feet. Letter C, 16.67 board feet. O letter D, 20 board feet. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 19? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. What is the best option here? Okay, number 19. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay? So, 20 items lamang po tayo tonight, no? And of course, wag po nating kalimutan na mag-follow and of course, mag-subscribe po, no? Sa ating YouTube channel para updated po tayo sa ating mga live sessions. Okay, number 19, I'll give you 1 minute to solve this one. Ano po yung board foot measurement, no? Ng ating wood measuring 2 inches thick, 10 inches wide, and 8 feet long. Is that A, 10 board feet? Letter B, 13.33 board feet. Letter C, 16.67 board feet. O letter D, 20 board feet. Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 19? Paglapag po. Okay, so at least no familiar na po tayo dito. Kasi nga po, as TLE no or TVTAD majors, hindi po talaga nawawala yung mga computations doon. Okay? Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, I see letter B, 13.33. Tumpak mo ba yung letter B natin? What about the others? Ano po yung choice ninyo for this item? Okay, letter B, letter B. Tumpak mo ba yung letter B natin? Okay, we're talking about here the board foot measurement. Okay, meron ding letter B, sabi ni Sir Ariel. Tumpak mo ba yung letter B natin? 13.33. Of course, yan po ay tumpak, no? Paano po natin yan i-solve? Gagamitin lamang po natin yung ating formula dito. Ano po yung formula? Yung board feet po natin, that is equals to thickness times width times length. I-divide lang po natin sa ating 12. Okay? Tandaan po natin, no, kapag feet po, kapag yung unit po ng ating length ay naka-fit, ito pong klaseng formula yung gagamitin natin. Kapag naka-inches po yung ating length, yung gagamitin po natin, i-divide lamang po natin sa 144. Again, kapag inches po, 144 po dito. Okay? And of course, next one here, substitute lamang po natin. Ilan po yung value ng thickness? That is 2. Ilan po yung value ng ating width? Of course, that is 10. Yung value po ng ating length, that is 8. Okay? Multiply po natin. 2 times 10 that times 8, that gives you 160. Divide po natin yung 12 natin and that gives us 13.33 board feet. Again, 13.33 board feet. Yan po yung tumpak na choice for item number 19. We go to item number 20 and last item here. 20, an appliance uses 1,500 watts and is used for 2 hours. How much energy does it consume? Is it A, 1.5 kilowatt hour? Letter B, 3.0 kilowatt hour? Letter C, 2.5 kilowatt hour? O letter D, 4.0 kilowatt hour? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 20? Sige nga po, pakilapag. Shout out po no sa ating mga BTVED major in electrical technology. Again, item number 20 here, an appliance uses 1,500 watts and it's used for 2 hours. How much energy does it consume? Is it A, 1.5, letter B, 3.0, letter C, 2.5, or letter D, 4.0? Ano po yung tumpak na choice for item number 20? Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, item number 20 here. Ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po. Okay, ano po yung tumpak na choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Okay, reveal naman natin. Of course, yan po ay kapag we're talking about here 1,500 watts and it's used for 2 hours. Ano po yung klaseng formula yung gagamitin natin? Of course, ganito lamang. Okay? Letter B po yung tumpak na choice. 3.0 kilowatt hour. Okay? Ano po yung klaseng formula yung gagamitin natin? That is energy in kilowatt hour. Of course, that is equals to power times yung time po natin mismo. Okay? Tandaan po natin, kasi nga po 1,500 watts, i-convert po natin yan into 1.5. Okay? That is equivalent to 1.5 kilowatts. Kasi nga po, kilo, it means 1,000, di po ba? So, 1,500 watts, that is equivalent to 1.5 kilowatts. And of course, yung time po natin, that is 2 hours. So, all we have to do here is to multiply. Again, basic multiplication lamang po tayo. 1.5 kilowatt hour times 2 hours, that gives us 3.0 kilowatt hour. Okay, yan po yung tumpak na choice for item number 20. Letter B. Letter B po yung tumpak na choice for item number 20. And of course, with that one, congratulations po, no? Congratulations for participating in our drills and discussion for tonight. So at least po, no, sa mga susunod po natin na sessions, present pa rin po kayo. Again, abangan po yung ating mga future sessions dito kasi nga po, no, papalapit na ng papalapit yung ating board examination this September. And of course, enjoy the rest of the night. God bless us all po, teachers.